Welcome. My name is Melissa Anderson and I am the Campus Engagement and Research Services Librarian at Southern Oregon University's Hannon Library. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the EconLit database to find articles and research on economic topics. I'm going to demonstrate some of the special features of this database so you can find what you need quickly and effectively. What is EconLit? It is a database that Hannon Library provides for students, staff, and faculty to use for research on economic topics. It was created by the American Economic Association and it is searchable, which means that you can search for articles using keywords, subjects, authors, and more to find what you need. When you run a search using this database, you will get results that include full-text sources, and you will also get abstracts, citations, and other information that you can then use to find books, articles, and more in our library catalog, or request them from another library. How do you access EconLit? There are a number of ways you can get to it, but the most direct is probably from the A to Z list of databases on the library homepage. If you are off campus, you will need to be logged in using your SOU username and password to use the database. You will also find a link to EconLit on the Research Guide for Economics and on some of the other research guides as well. Whatever you do, don't just search for EconLit on Google. You will get information about subscribing and not access to the database, which is by subscription only. Now, let's try it. From the library homepage, select Databases by Title, and then choose E from the A to Z list. Click on EconLit, and then you're in. Now you've got a number of options. If you're looking for an article by a particular author, you can type in that author's name in the search box and select Author as your search field. If I want to find an article by SOU professor Linda Wilcox Young, I will type in her name, choose Author as my search field, and hit Search. You will see the number of results come up. Some of them have a direct link to a PDF of the full text, but I will need to use the Find at SOU link to get others. For one of those, I click on the Find at SOU link, and I'll be taken to our library catalog. And then I'll either get a link to an online resource, a call number for a print resource, or further instructions for accessing the resource. For this article, I get a link to a database of online articles where this particular article can be found. And when I click on it, I get the article. I can then download the article or read it online. You would follow the same process if you had the title of the article you wanted, only you would choose Title as your search field instead of Author. Going back to the EconLit database, let's imagine that I don't have a specific author or article in mind, but instead have a topic that I'm researching for a paper. I'm going to imagine that I'm researching how income inequality affects voting in the United States. I'm going to then use these keywords to find some articles on this topic. I'll type income inequality in the first box and voting in the second box and United States in the third box. I could be even more specific than this, but it's sometimes helpful to start out more broadly and then filter your results after you see how many you get. The default search mode is for all the terms to be present in the results, and that is what I want. Otherwise, I would get too many results: income inequality, or voting, or articles just about the United States. Before I hit search, I can also choose if I want only online resources, if I only want print sources, or if I only want full text resources I have access to through SOU. I can also choose the type of publication that I want, such as books, articles, book reviews, dissertations, or other types. I can choose if I only want peer-reviewed sources, or if anything is okay. For now, I'm going to leave these unchecked and see what I get. But if you know you need a peer-reviewed article, these can be helpful ways to reduce the number of results that you get. I hit search, and now I've got some results to work with. I notice right away that the third result on my list is in Spanish, and unfortunately I don't speak Spanish. So I'm going to go to the left side of the screen where all my options for refining my results are, and I'm going to choose Language. And then I'm going to select English. For this particular search, most of the articles are in English, but for other searches, particularly for topics relating to other countries, you might get a lot more articles in other languages. Also on the list of options for refining my results is Subject, and this one can be very helpful if the search terms you are using are very broad. I'm particularly interested in voting behavior, so it looks like the first choice on the list of subjects is the most relevant for me. Sometimes I will also limit by date at this point, but my results are already sorted by date with the most recent ones first, so I'm not going to bother refining by date at this point. Browsing the results on my list, I see that there are some that I should be able to access using the Find at SOU link, some that have full text articles available directly from the database, and some that I will have to request from interlibrary loan if I want to read them. Browsing through the results on my list, I'm going to choose one that looks interesting to me, the 7th on the list about income inequality and political polarization. By clicking on this title, I can get more information about the article. You'll notice that the information included here is not only what I need to find the article, but also what I will need to cite it in my paper. I then decide if I want to get it, and if so, I use the Find at SOU link, which takes me back to our library catalog, and a link to the Wiley Online Library. I click on that, and I get taken to the article, which I can then read online or download to my computer. If you didn't get enough results with your previous search, one option would be to add databases to your search and run it again. Depending on your topic, other databases such as Education Full Text, or Greenfile, or Sociindex might be helpful. That's a quick tour of the EconLit database. Before we go, though, I want to draw your attention to the options at the top of the screen. New Search will refresh your screen and allow you to start a search over from scratch. Full Text Publications gives you a list of all the journals and other documents that you can access and browse through the database without going back to the library catalog. To browse, just find the title you want and then click on a year to browse. The Cited References option at the top will allow you to search for references to particular authors or particular titles. The Images option will allow you to search for images relating to a specific topic. For example, if I type in natural gas consumption and United States and run a search, I will get a list of images that relate to that topic from a number of different sources. To review, you can use EconLit to find research on topics in economics. You access it through the Hannon Library website list of databases or from one of the research guides. Once you are in the database, you can search by author, title, or keywords, and you can then refine your results according to subject, date, language, type of publication, and much more. You will have the choice to choose only items available from SOU or to include items available through interlibrary loan. If you don't get enough results, you can change your terms or you can add databases to your search to widen the scope. You can also use the database to browse full-text journals and documents or to search for references or images. The results you get from the database will help you find articles, books, and more, and will also provide you with the information you need to cite these texts accurately in your paper. If you would like additional assistance finding information with EconLit or citing your sources, stop by the Research Help Desk in Hannon Library or contact me at andersm18@sou.edu. Thank you, and good luck with your economics research.